Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, very good morning. So in the last class, we were discussing about the image formation using concave mirror, right? Am I right? Or you are remaining
ma'am.
silent? Yes, very good. So in order to, before drawing this ray diagrams, we were discussing about a table. And that table provide informations about the position. In the case of concave mirror, we are placing at 6 different positions, we are placing the object. And from that table, it provide the informations. When we place the object at 6 different positions, what are the 6 different positions at which we get the image? What about the nature and size of the image? And also, in order to draw the ray diagrams, we need 4 rules. If we are understand these 4 rules and this table, then only you can draw this ray diagrams very easily. So I hope it is clear for you, right? So I want to recall all these points. So Jerilyn, all of you please close your books. Jerilyn, if the object is placed at infinity, where do you get the image? If the object is placed at infinity, where do you get the image?
At focus.
At focus. What about the, excuse me, what about the size and nature of the image? Highly diminished. And what about nature?
Real
Real and inverted. Very good. Gauri, if the object is placed between C and F, where do you get the image?
beyond C.
What about the nature and size?
Diminished.
Object is between C and F. What about its size?
Large.
Enlarged. Okay, it is enlarged. And what about the nature?
Real and inverted.
Real and inverted. Okay, all right, very good. Then Minha, if the object is placed at C, where do you get the image? Unmute and answer. Yes. At C itself. What about the nature and size?
And same size.
Same size. Okay, nature.
Real and inverted.
Very good. Abin,
Yes, ma'am.
if the object is placed at focus, where do you get the image?
At infinity.
Okay, what about the nature and size of the image form?
Size is enlarged.
Size is enlarged, highly enlarged. Okay, all right. What about its nature?
Real and inverted.
Real and inverted. All right. Next one, Elsa. If the object, all of you please switch on your video. Okay, Elsa, if the object
Yes,
is
ma'am.
placed between the pole and the principal focus, that is object is placed between P and F, where do you get the image?
Behind the mirror.
Behind the mirror. What about its nature and size?
Enlarged.
Enlarged. Okay, all right. And then Anjali Priya, if the object is placed beyond C, where do you get the image?
Between F and C.
Between F and C. Okay, what about the nature and size?
Diminished and real and inverted.
Diminished and real and inverted. Did we discuss all the cases? All the 6 cases? We are placing the object at infinity, beyond C, at C, between C and F, right? Okay. Then we can recall the 4 rules. 4 rules to draw the ray diagrams. Shania, what about the first rule to draw the ray diagram? In the first rule,
A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis of a concave mirror passes through its focus.
yes, the first rule says that if a ray of light that is coming parallel to principal axis, after the reflection, it is passing through which point? It is passes through S. Anyone? Yes, very good. It is passes through principal focus. Very good. Then Sean, can you recall the second law?
A ray passing through the principal focus after reflection will emerge parallel to the principal axis.
That's very good. It is just inverse that of the first row. That is, according to second rule, if the ray of light is entering through principal focus after the reflection, it is passes parallel to the principal axis. All right, very good. Then next, Dominic, what about our third rule? Dominic, please unmute and answer. Third rule. Jesslyn, can you say what about the third rule to draw the ray diagram of concave mirror?
Ma'am, I was absent in the last classes.
All right, then next, Fahad, unmute. I think Anandakrishna is ready to say the answer. Can you say the third rule to draw the ray diagram of concave mirror?
A ray of light passing through the center of a converge of a convex mirror is reflected.
Not convex. We are discussing only about the concave mirror. The ray of light that is passing through the center of curvature after the reflection. What happens to that center of that ray of light? It is returning through the same path. It is returning through the same path. Srihari.
Ma'am.
Okay, can you recall the fourth rule? What about the fourth rule? Adulya? Adulya VS, can you recall the fourth rule?
Ray incidented pole is reflected back, making some angles
Yes.
with principal axis.
Okay. The ray that is incident at an angle of incident and it is reflected through the same angle. This is the fourth rule says. Okay. So I hope all these four rules and that table is clear for you, right? Do you have any doubts in dealing with that table and that four rules?
No, ma'am.
If you understand this, then only you can draw that ray diagrams. Okay. So the table is provides an information or it gives an idea about where do we get the image if we are placing the object at 6 different positions. What are the 6 different positions that we What are the 6 different positions at which we are placing the object in the case of a concave mirror?
At infinity.
Yes, at infinity. Yes, it's right.
Between beyond C.
Beyond C,
At C.
at C,
Between C and F.
between C and F,
At F.
at F,
Between F and P.
between F and P. Yes, very good. Very good, Srihari. So in that cases, and the table provide an idea about that. When we place the object at these 6 different cases, where do we get the image and what about the nature and size of the image? And also we are discussing about the 4 rules. The first rule says that if a ray of light that is came parallel to principal axis, after the reflection, it is passing through principal focus. Second rule, if a ray of light is came or entering through principal focus, after the reflection, it is passes through parallel to principal axis. According to our third rule, if a ray of light that is passing through center of curvature, after the reflection, it is returning through the same path. Then the last rule, if a ray of light is incident obliquely to the pole, then it is reflected obliquely. Okay. So I hope all these 4 rules and the table is clear, right? Now can we start to draw the ray diagrams? Are you ready? Yes. Yeah. Okay, all right. So now we can draw the ray diagrams.
Man, can we draw this?
So we can draw the ray diagrams. I will share the screen. So we are going to draw the ray diagrams for concave mirror. Ray diagrams for concave mirror. Concave mirror. Okay. In order to draw the ray diagram for concave mirror, first of all, we are considering a concave mirror. And mark all the points of the concave mirror. Okay. What is this point represents?
Pole.
Yes, very good. It is representing the pole. What about this point?
Center of curvature.
Center of curvature, very good. In between the center of curvature and pole, we have one more point. What is that?
Principal focus.
It is principal focus, right? Very good. Now, in the first case, where we are placing our object, in the first case, where do we place our object?
At infinity.
At infinity. So in order to represent this infinity, we are drawing some dotted lines. Okay. So this dotted line is representing nothing. It is our infinity. Okay. Is it clear? Now we are going to place the object. The object is going to place at infinity. So here we are going to place our object. Clear? Now, students, in order to draw the ray diagrams, we need at least 2 rays. In order to draw the ray diagrams, we need at least 2 rays to complete the ray diagram of a concave mirror. So here, I am going to take the ray from the end of the A. Okay. From this end A, the ray of light is came. It is came. Is it is came parallel or perpendicular?
Parallel.
Yes, very good. So from the end A of the object, this AB is represent nothing. It is our object. So from the end A of the object, what happens? A ray of light is came parallel to principal axis. Then what happens to this ray of light after the reflection? This ray of light is came parallel to principal axis. After the reflection, what happens to this ray of light?
It passes through principal focus.
Very good, Minha, very good. After the reflection, it is passing through principal focus according to our first rule, right? Now, another ray of light. At least we need 2 rays in order to complete this ray diagram. So another ray of light that is came parallel to principal axis. Again, a ray of light is came parallel to principal axis. After the reflection, what happens to this ray of light? According to your rule? Yes, unmute and answer. Here also the ray of light is came parallel to principal axis. After the reflection, what happens to this ray of light?
Ma'am, it passes through principal focus.
Yes, it is passes through principal focus. Very good. So where does these 2 rays are coincide? It is coincide at the principal focus. So where we get the image? We get the image at a principal focus. So when you draw the ray diagrams, you must write the characteristics. So in this first case, the object is placed. Where do we place the object? Object is placed at infinity, right? The object is placed at infinity. Where do you get the image? Where do you get the image?
At principal focus.
Yes, very good. The image is obtained at F, at the principal focus, right? Now, what about the size of the image? Size, you just observe the size of the image, how it is looks like. It is diminished or point size, right? This is point size. So size of the image is highly diminished. We cannot see the image actually. It is highly diminished or point sized. It is highly diminished or point sized. And what about its nature that we were studying from that table? What about the nature of that image?
Real and inverted.
Very good. It is real and inverted. It is real and inverted. These are the characteristics of the image formed in the concave mirror when the object is placed at infinity. Clear? If it is clear for you how to draw the ray diagrams, in the first case, we are placing the object at infinity. And the 2 rays must be needed to complete the ray diagrams. The ray is coming parallel to principal axis. After the reflection, according to our rule, if a ray of light coming parallel to principal axis after the reflection, it must passes through principal focus. Then the second ray of light coming, it is also coming parallel to principal axis. After the reflection, it is again passes through principal focus. So these 2 ray of light is coincide at the point F. So we get the image at F and the size is highly diminished or it is point sized and its nature is real and inverted. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Can I rub this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we can move to the second case. Second case. It's also very simple. I think you are captured it's very easily. Okay. So in order to draw the ray diagrams, the first basic step, we want to draw the concave mirror and mark all its points. So draw the concave mirror. Mark all the points of concave mirror. That is, what is this point represent? It is representing the pole. Here, center of curvature. In between pole and center of curvature, what is our point represent?
Principal focus.
Very good. Principal focus F. All right. Now in the second case, where do we place the object? In the second case,
Beyond C.
yes, the object is placed beyond C. That is here. The object is placed here. That is, it is beyond C. Right? Now, what we want? We want at least 2 rays to draw the ray diagrams. So here, the ray of light is came. It is parallel to principal axis. So if the ray of light is came parallel to principal axis, after the reflection, what happens to this ray of light?
It passes through a focus.
Yes, very good. It is passes through the principal focus. It is passes through principal focus, right? Next, the second ray, it is passing through center of curvature. It is passing through center of curvature. If a ray of light that is passing through center of curvature, after the reflection, what happens to that ray of light?
And it reflects in the same path.
Very good. It is reflects through the same path. So where does these 2 lines are coincide?
And between C and F.
Yes, it is coincide here. So we get the image there. The image, when the object is placed beyond C, the image is formed between C and F, that is here. Since it is real and inverted, we can draw or we can write it is BA. Instead of AB, we are write it as BA. Clear? So when you draw the ray diagrams, you must care about by drawing these arrows, because if you are not drawing these arrows, your marks will be cut off. This arrow shows the direction of the light ray, whether it is incident or reflected. So you must draw these arrows. Okay, otherwise your ray diagrams becomes incomplete. Now we can write the characteristics of this image formed by this concave mirror in the second case. In the second case, where we are placing the object, we are placing object in the second case, where does we place the object? Beyond C, right? We are placing the object beyond C. And where do we get the image? S, anyone?
Between C and F.
Very good. Between C and F. Between C and F. Now, what about its size? You just compare the size of the object and that of the image formed. Is it is large or small? S,
Small.
small. So it is diminished. Size is diminished as compared to that of the size of the object. The size of the image formed is diminished, right? The size of the image formed is diminished, or it is small in size. And what about its nature? Nature of the image formed? Yes, very good. It is real and inverted. Real and inverted. This is our second case. So in the second case, we are placing the object beyond C. In that case, the image is formed between C and F, and the image formed is diminished as compared to that of the size of the object. And here also the nature of the image is real and inverted. I hope it is clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I rub the board? Can I rub it? Okay, all right. Now we can discuss the third case. In the third case, where we are placing the object.
Let's see.
Yes, the object is placed at the C. So in this third case, object is at the C. At the C. So in order to draw this case, I am drawing the concave mirror. The basic step is this, drawing the concave mirror and mark all its terms. Here we have pole. Here we have center of curvature. Here we have principal focus. In the third case, we are placing the object at C, that is here. So we are placing the object. Now we want at least 2 rays to complete this ray diagrams. Okay. The first ray that is came parallel to principal axis. Again, the ray of light that is came parallel to principal axis after the reflection, what happens? Now it is repeats again and again. The ray of light that is came parallel to principal axis after the reflection, what happens to that ray of light?
Passes to principal focus.
Yes, it is passes through principal focus. It is passes through principal focus. Okay. So it is reflected through the principal focus. So in this case, we are placing the object at C. So we cannot draw the ray through the C. So instead of that, we have one more point that is through principal focus. So the second ray of light that is coming or entering through the principal focus, after the reflection, what happens to this ray of light? If the ray of light is came or it is entering through the principal focus, after the reflection, what happens to that ray of light?
When it is
Parallel to principal
Yes,
axis.
it is parallel to principal axis. That is just like this, right? Then we get the image here. Where do we get the image? Where we get the image here?
At C.
At C. We get the image at C. We get the image at C, right? Because all these two lines are coincide here. So we get the image here. Since it is real and inverted, we mark it as BA. So in this case, we are placing the object at C. We get the image at C itself. So you have an idea where do we get the image. So in this case, we get the image at C itself. What about the size of the image? Size?
same.
Same size. Very good. We get the same size. And what about the nature of the image form? Nature? Yes, it is real and inverted. It is real and inverted. It is real and inverted. So these are the characteristics of the image formed by the concave mirror in the case if the object is placed at C. Clear? If the object is placed at C, the image is formed at C itself, and the nature of the image is real and inverted, and the size is same size. Okay, so the third case is also over. Now we want to discuss the fourth case. Can I rub this? Students, did you get the idea how to draw the ray diagrams of concave mirrors? Do you get the idea? Anyone have any doubt? You can ask now itself and clear it. Do you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Can we move to the next case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here I am going to clear it. Now we can draw the fourth case, right? Fourth case. Where do we place the object? In the fourth case, where do we place the object?
Between C and F.
Yes, it is between C and F. Between C and F. Between C and F. The first step is to draw the concave mirror and mark all the points of the concave mirror. So here we are drawing the concave mirror and mark all its points. That is, here we have pole, here we have center of curvature. Between center of curvature, we have principal focus. In the fourth case, we are placing the object between C and F, that is here. We place the object between C and F. Okay. So we already placed the object. Now we want to draw the rays. We consider the two rays. So here, the first ray that is came parallel to principal axis. After the reflection, what happens to this ray of light?
Passes through principal focus.
Yes, it is passes through principal focus. Very good. I think now you get the idea. Now, the second ray of light, it is passing through the center of curvature itself, right? The second ray is passes through the center of curvature itself, here. It is coincide here. If a ray of light is passing through the center of curvature, after the reflection, what happens to that ray of light? According to your third rule,
And
yes,
reflects the same path.
it is reflected through the same path, right? So if the object is between C and F, we get the image here. Where these two lines are coincide? Where these two lines are coincide? These two lines are coincide at a particular point. Where it is? Is it is beyond C?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we get the image here. We get the image here. BA. What about its size? Is it is small? The size of the image formed is small.
Large.
It is enlarged. So in this case, that is if we are placing the object between C and F, we get the image. We get the image beyond C. So in this case, the image formed is beyond C. Image formed is beyond C. Very good. What about the size? Size is enlarged. All right. What about its nature?
Real and
Yes, nature is real and inverted. Real and inverted. Clear? Do you have any doubt in dealing with this ray diagram?
Ma'am, the F and C don't go together.
Yes, which one?
They don't become attached when it goes down.
Which one here?
C and F, they don't come together when it is like, when we draw the line.
When we draw the line, it is not came alike, right?
Nice.
Okay, once again, I will draw the ray diagrams of this case. In order to explain this, we are consider the concave mirror. Mark all the points of concave mirror. P, focus, center of curvature. Here we are placing the object at between C and F, right? Between C and F, that is here. We place the object between C and F. So we need at least 2 rays to draw the ray diagrams. So we are going to draw the ray diagrams. First ray that is came parallel to principal axis. After the reflection, it is passing through principal focus. Okay, it is returned through principal focus. In the second case, the ray of light is passing through center of curvature. It is passing through center of curvature. After the reflection, it is passing through the center of curvature itself. So these two ray of light is coincide here, right? These two ray of light is coincide here. So that two ray of light is coincide beyond C. It is coincide beyond C. So we get the image here. You just look where does these two lines are coincide. At that point, we get the image. Since it is real and inverted, we can write BA and it is enlarged in nature. Is it is clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So in this case, the object is at, once again I write, the object is between C and F. Object is between C and F. Image formed is beyond C, beyond C. Size is enlarged. Size here is enlarged. And what about the nature? Nature is real and inverted. Nature is real and inverted. Clear? This is the same case. We just repeat it again. Now, what about the fifth case where we get the image? Where do we place the object in the fifth case? Yes, at focus. So can I rub this? Can we move to the next case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So in the fifth case, we are placing the object at focus. Before that, we want to consider our mirror. So in this case, object at F. Object at F, at focus, at principal focus. Draw the concave mirror first and then mark all its points. Here we have pole. Here pole. What is this point represents? Center of curvature. In between center of curvature and pole, we have principal focus, right? And in this case, the object is placed at F. Object is placed at F. That is, our object is here. A and B, AB. Object AB is at focus. Now we want the two rays in order to draw this or in order to complete this ray diagram. Okay. The first rays came parallel to principal axis. The ray of light that is came parallel to principal axis. After the reflection, what happens to that ray? Yes, it is passes through principal focus. So it is passes through principal focus. Next, the second ray, it is passing through center of curvature. It is passing through center of curvature. After the reflection, what happens to that ray of light? It is returning through the same path. And in this case, where do we get the image? In the fifth case, if the object is placed at focus, where do we get the image? Yes, if the object at infinity. So we cannot mark it where, because it is obtained at infinity. So you just denote it with the help of some dotted lines, because we don't know where the image is formed because it is formed at infinity. So you don't need to draw the image formation using some arrow marks and all. You just draw this dotted lines in order to show the image is formed at infinity. Okay. So in this case, if the object is at F, the image formed is at infinity. Image formed at infinity. And what about the size of the image? Because here the object is placed at the focus of the mirror. Then what about its size? If the object is placed at the focus S, it is highly enlarged. It is highly enlarged. Highly enlarged. What about its nature? What about the nature of the S? It is real and inverted. Real and inverted. Okay. So these are the characteristics of the image formed when the object is placed at F. the image is formed at infinity, the size is highly enlarged, and the nature is also real and inverted. Since the image formed here at infinity, we cannot represent it with the help of some arrow marks. So we are representing it with the help of some dotted lines. So this dotted line is indicate that the image is formed at infinity. Clear? Do you have any doubt in dealing with this ray diagram? You can ask and clear it now itself. Can we move to the next case? The last case. In the sixth case, where do we place the object? In the sixth case, where do we place the object?
Between P and F.
Yes, very good. We are placed the object between P and F. So can I clear this board? I hope it's clear for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I clear it. Now we can discuss about the last case, that is object is between P and F. Object is between P and F. So in order to draw the ray diagrams, we are consider the concave mirror first and mark all its points. Pole, center of curvature. In between center of curvature and pole, we have principal focus. In this case, we are placing the object between P and F, right? We are placing the object between P and F. That is, the object is here, AB. Now we are placing the object. After that, we want to consider at least 2 rays to draw the ray diagrams. So in the first case, here there is the another rule, the fourth rule we are using here. That is the ray of light that is obliquely incident on this pole. If the ray of light is incident obliquely on pole, what happens to this ray of light after the reflection? It is reflected obliquely, right? Or you are already studied that if a ray of light is incident at the pole at an angle of incidence I, it is reflected through the same angle, right? So this is the rule that we are used to here. Here the angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. Okay. Now the next ray is passing through the center of curvature itself. There is no issues. If a ray of light that is passing through center of curvature, after the reflection, what happens to that ray of light? It is returning through the same path, right? It is returning through the same path. Okay. So in this last case, where do we get the image? In this last case, where do we get the image? That is, if the object is placed between P and F, where do we get the image?
Behind the mirror.
Behind the mirror. So we have an idea. It is not obtained in front of the mirror. In this case, we get the image here. That is at behind the mirror. So in order to obtain the image behind the mirror, what we are going to do here, we just extend the rays of light that is came through center of curvature and also from pole. We just extend it. So at a particular point, both of these rays are meet, right? Now, here we get the image. Here we get the image. Okay, I will draw it once again. Where do we get the image? We get the image behind the mirror. And it is like this. When we get the image behind the mirror, it is virtual and direct. So we can write AB. And what about its size as compared to that of the size of the object? What about the size of the image formed? What about the size of the image formed? Is it is
Large.
small or large?
Large.
Yes, it is large in size. It is large in size. So now we can write the characteristics of the image formed here. That is image formed behind the mirror. Behind the mirror. Then what about the size of the image formed? The size of the image formed is enlarged. Enlarged. And what about its nature of the image? What about its nature? Is it is real and inverted
Virtual
or
and direct.
virtual? Yes, it is virtual and direct. It is virtual and erect. Virtual and erect. Clear? Do you have any doubt dealing with this ray diagram? You can ask and clear now itself. So in order to draw the ray diagrams, we must have an idea. Where do we get the image? Then only we can draw the ray diagrams. That is why I'm asking you to study that table and that 4 rules. So if that table and 4 rules are in your mind, then you can easily draw the ray diagrams without any confusion. Because if we are placing the object between P and F, we have an idea in our mind. When we place the object between P and F, the image is formed behind the mirror, right? And its nature is should be virtual and direct. Its size is large or enlarged. So in order to draw the ray diagrams, what we want to do, we want to extend this ray that is came from center of curvature and that of the pole, and it is meet at a particular point that is here. So we draw the image. We draw the image there. It is AB, it is enlarged, and it is virtual and direct in nature. Got it? I hope it is clear for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, once again, we can see all these ray diagrams in slides. This is the first case. That is, the object is placed at infinity. So when the object is placed at infinity, where do you get the image, Swati? If the object is placed at infinity, where do you get the image? From this figure, it is clear. Yes, at F, because all these two lines are coincide here. So we get the image at focus. What about its nature and size? So well, what about its nature and size of the image? So students, once again, we can go through this ray diagrams. I will share the screen. So in the first case, if the object is at infinity, the image is formed at focus, right? And what about its nature and size? What about the nature and size? It is highly diminished or point-sized, and its nature is real and inverted. In the second case, if the object is beyond center of curvature, where do we get the image? Where do we get the image? The image is obtained
Between F and C.
Yes, very good. Between F and C, what about its nature and size?
It's diminished.
Diminished and size, sorry, nature of the image formed?
Real and inverted.
Real and inverted. All right. Now we can discuss the next case. That is, if the object is at C, the image is formed
At C.
at C itself. What about its size and nature? Size is
Same size.
same. Very good. What about its nature?
Real and inverted.
Real and inverted. Very good. What about the next case? If the object is between C and F, where do we get the image? Image is formed beyond C, and it is also real and inverted, and it is enlarged as compared to that of the size of the object. The next case, if the object is at F, we get the image at infinity. It is highly enlarged because the object is placed at focus. In this case also, the image is real and inverted. And in the last case, that is if the object is placed between F and P, the image is obtained behind the mirror. It is enlarged and it is virtual in nature. Clear? So I hope all these ray diagrams are clear for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we can study the ray diagrams for convex mirror on the next class. So before that, you must thorough with the ray diagrams of concave. Clear? So we can move to the, we can see on the next class. Okay, thank you, bye, and have a
Thank you,
nice
ma'am.
day.
Thank you.
ma'am.